And welcome back to my F1 2020 Road to Glory with Williams. It is episode 3 today for the Spanish Grand Prix. If you have missed episode 1 or episode 2, let me tell you, you haven't missed a lot at all. In the first episode, we made a big mistake in qualifying and then crashed out in the Grand Prix. And in the second episode, we made a brilliant qualifying and then we crashed out in the Grand Prix. So it is 2 DNFs in a row here. And then George Russell 19th and 18th. Russell did finish that race last because we did have 2 DNFs in myself and Charles Leclerc. It's time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Wonders will never cease what this race is going to bring us. I think the goal for this Grand Prix will to make it further than we did the last two. We made it 14 laps into the Dutch Grand Prix, so let's see if we can make it 15 laps into this one. But an incredibly disappointing start to the season. I'm hoping to finish my first race this time out. Yeah, it's been a difficult one to say the least, but I feel like the Spanish Grand Prix we're going to turn things around. This is a circuit I'm okay at this circuit. I feel confident at this circuit. We're going to turn things around here today for Spain. We're going to get some nice resource points in, and yeah, our acclaim's going to go up a little bit there. We're still on level acclaim 1 because of our shocking start to the year. But I think we're going to be able to put one upgrade on then before we go into qualifying. I'm going to focus, as silly as it may sound, I'm going to focus on our... Oh, no, I'm not, because I don't have enough for it. Okay, never mind. We're going to focus then on chassis upgrades. I think that should be here in time for the next Grand Prix. But look, if you look at the comparison chart now, we are pulling up to the back of AlphaTauri. Slowly but steadily, every race we're putting in a couple of minor upgrades, and hopefully they're going to pay off come the end of the season here. But guys, as I say, try not to finish last in this one, or try to actually finish. I'll take a last place because it will still mean we've finished. Yeah, we're going to put a couple of notches downforce on, guys. I'm going to mute for this one. I'm going to try and concentrate, and we'll see where we end up by the end of it. Let's go, guys. First lap and anger around the Spanish Grand Prix. We round the corner, we round the final corner then, and it's going to be 19th place then in qualifying. Yeah, this is a race where I thought we were going to have some pace, and I don't even get it because the car felt really good. The car felt really, really good. Wow, I mean, Ferrari have absolutely drop-kicked Mercedes. Both Ferrari cars, 4 tenths ahead of the rest of the field. And one would assume that my teammate is going to be last place. Yeah, me and George Russell, 3 tenths and then 4 tenths off the rest of the pack here. It's going to be a difficult race. I can't lie. We're going to take some engine penalties for this one.
Good day today.
Yeah, good day today. Yeah, righto.
Are there any drivers that you've got a rivalry with at the moment?
Oh, I guess we got to say George Russell because he's the only person we're likely to beat.
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you?
We're going to say with a great team like this, I can't fail because that means our acclaim will go up and the team are going to love us. Hashtag Williams for life, baby. But, yeah, you know. Probably hashtag not Williams for life, the way these first two races have gone, because, I mean, yeah, disaster class is the way I'd put them. But our claim is going to go up a level. We're going to go up to a claim level 2 here, which is good. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure if we carry on the way we're going, we're going to be getting sacked. So, yeah, we're going to take a whole new engine for this race, though. I can't believe my claim went up because I qualified 19th place. That's a shocker. That is how you know.
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
So my manager's getting a bit lippy with me because I qualified 19th. Love, if you want to hop in the car and you take it for a few laps, I mean, you're more than welcome to, because, yeah, shocking is the way I'd describe the start to this season. Bearing in mind in our Alfa Romeo Road to Glory, we are 13 races in, and I've only not scored points in one race. The Spanish Grand Prix, funnily enough, is the race I didn't score points in, so, yeah, point proven, ironically.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do.
But,
Don't let me down.
yeah, it's time then for the Spanish Grand Prix. I guess we just got to try and get a good start here. 60 place for a penalty. But we are away then for the Spanish Grand Prix there, and a very good start from us. A very good start. We're ahead of George Russell and Roman Grosjean before the first corner here. A great start. Are we going to be able to get, which one is that? Is that Pierre Gasly? Yes, it is. We are going to be able to get Pierre Gasly there, but he's going to come back at us here. We're going to go around the outside. We are past 3 cars then on the opening lap so far. There are 3 cars in the first 2 corners. A beautiful start to this Grand Prix here. I'm going to try and go maybe right around the outside of Antonio Giovinazzi, but then think better of it, because I know he's going to close the door on us. But then we're going to send one to the inside on Antonio Giovinazzi here, and we are going to be in P16 then. Wow, I can't believe I'm celebrating 16th place. It just goes to show you how dire the situation is currently. But we are P16 then. The highest we've ran this season, I believe, was 12th. And we've done that for about 3 corners before we ran into the back of Verstappen. That was at the Dutch Grand Prix here, but 2 more overtakes will elevate us to P14 then. So a cracking start. We're up 6 places then, from last on the grid. I don't think we've had any more upgrades coming through in this one. Maybe I've missed an upgrade coming through. I didn't look at the progress sheet, I don't think, before the start of this race. But here we go then. On to lap 2. We are up into P14 then for Williams. A nice start, a lovely start. This is what we needed. It's a real confidence booster here. I said the car felt good in qualifying, but we just couldn't show it there. We just didn't have a lot of pace at all, but the car felt really nice to drive. Well, I'm going to show it in the race by making up 6 places on the opening lap. 3 of those were in the first 2 corners. It was a beautiful start. There, we just got a really nice start. We dropped the clutch nice. The traction control, obviously we don't have traction control on a Formula 1 car, but we managed to control it off the line. Get a great slipstream off Roman Grosjean, and then overtook Gasly into turn 2 as well here. So, bearing in mind we took engine penalties in this race as well. I mean, bearing in mind it only dropped us 1 position. Yeah, it's a lovely start, and I'm just going to aim to try and keep out of trouble in this one. Maybe if I can get some more overtakes done, you know, I'd love that, but still, I'd be happy with a P14 finish here. You know, a finish that would boost our confidence and you know, in ourselves, in the car, and it would boost our acclaim, which is obviously very important as well. Sebastian Vettel, though, he's your current race leader. He's set to pass us lap. He's leading it by miles out front, I've only just realised. The 2 Ferraris looking dominant this weekend, which is even more crazy thing when you realise we're playing F1 2020. Obviously, a horrific season for Ferrari in 2020 in real life. I believe it was 2 podiums for Charles Leclerc and 1 for Sebastian Vettel. Well, I think they've already equalled that in this season, and we're 3 races in here, so a lovely, lovely start to the season for Ferrari, but not as nice of a start as Valtteri Bottas. He has won the last 2 races here, done 2 races so far this season. Bottas has won both of them in the Mercedes car. That car looks amazing to drive. I wish this Williams was as good to drive as that Mercedes car. But regardless though, we push on in lap 3. We have DRS on the back of Lance Stroll here. I've got to remember, I need to manage my battery here. It's not so good. That's what I mean. We've got to put engine upgrades on, so then we can do some, you know, battery recovery. Lap 3 then of this Grand Prix, and yeah, I'd say the car showing its pace there, or we took a little bit too much speed through there. It's fine, you can really use a lot of the curve on that section here, but this is where we're going to use the battery then. Here we've got yellow flags here, we've got Lance Stroll going slowly down the straight, and that's another position we're elevated then. So into P13 we now are. This is perfect. This is the type of luck we needed. For Lance Stroll though, the man we were chasing down, the man who was giving us DRS actually now, is out of this Grand Prix though, with 3 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. There's 1.4 seconds to Kevin Magnussen. So just like in Australia, we're running a lonely race for the time being here. We're going to pit the car on lap 5, refresh set of mediums, and then we'll go to the end on that set, if we make it to the end on that set, because well, so far this season we've had a small habit of not finishing. But, you know, my luck, I feel, is changing at this point here. I feel I'm changing as well here. The car's getting a lot more drivable. I'm enjoying the car a lot more this weekend, I can't lie. I mean, I know we only qualified 19th, but, you know, the car felt really awesome. In fact, the car just felt amazing. You know, it wasn't sliding around in qualifying or anything. Yeah, again, I was saying this last episode of the Dutch Grand Prix, the car's not unpredictable. It's like, it's not fast, but it's easy to drive, if that makes sense. It's like, you're not constant, I'm not going through corners scared on whether or not the car's gonna, you know, like, break loose on me or something. I can drive this car with confidence. I mean, that in the Dutch Grand Prix was just, I took way too much speed into the corner and then ran myself up wide. But I mean, look, that's easily flat through there, which sometimes I used to struggle to do that in the Alfa Romeo on F1 2019. So, you know, it doesn't feel too bad. Obviously, we lack a fair bit of pace compared to everyone else. I mean, you know, you look at that. Ricciardo, 1.5 seconds he's taken out of me in the past lap. But, yeah. We are up into P13 Grand Prix. We're going to pit this lap then. Lap 5, we said we were going to pit. We are going to pit this Grand Prix. This Grand Prix, yeah, we're going to have to pit this Grand Prix. We're going to pit this lap, is what I was looking for here. But, yeah, I mean, we're getting dropped by Magnussen here. I'm not surprised, though. I think we are going to fall down the order quite a lot. But, yeah, you know, it's just all about being consistent for Williams. I think is what we're doing there. But we're going to take to the pit lane here on lap 5 of this Spanish Grand Prix here. Slow the car down. I'm going to go. Hopefully it's a nice clean pit stop there. We're going to gain ERS back in the pit lane as well. Yeah, fairly tidy pit stop, 2.5 seconds. That's pretty nice, and we're going to come out of pits there, and we're just going to push on now for the rest of this one. That is it then, final pit stop here. We're going to give it everything. We've got 11 laps to go. Quite a short lap around the Barcelona circuit, but yeah, we're going to give it everything we've got here. All the tyre temps aren't quite there. There we go. It's really weird when you come out of the pits. Obviously the tyres are always really cold. It takes a few laps for them to get warm, but honestly I think the best way to warm up tyres, obviously it's really difficult to do, but the best way to warm up tyres is honestly just to try and push as hard as you can on them. If you push as hard as you can on a set of tyres, you're putting them, you know, through the racing speed and stuff, you're going to scrub them a lot easier. You get all this weaving and stuff, but just throw them into the corners, you know, like you would if they were a nice and warm set. You know, brake hard on them, do all this thing, yeah. Obviously you're going to be sliding around a little bit, but it's definitely the best way and the most effective way I feel to warm up the tyres. It's just what I do. The only time you ever find me weaving is if I'm doing a formation lap or if it's under safety car conditions. There's people take a little bit
We've
too
got
much
a lot of
curve
spare
there.
energy. Use your overtake button.
And yeah, we are going to use our overtake now down the
The
straight.
gap to the car ahead is
Are we going to get out
13.0
ahead
seconds.
of Daniel Ricciardo? Yes, we are. So we're back out ahead then of Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault. Obviously, he was the car right behind us before we pitted. And now we can carry on in this Spanish Grand Prix here. 10 laps to go down in Spain in the circuit of the Barcelona city here. We're just going to push on the final 10 laps. Yet again, quite a short lap time around here. It's like a 1 minute 20, as you can see there. So like anywhere between like a 1 minute 19 and a 1 minute 22 usually, I reckon. So yeah, obviously you have to give it a few seconds leeway with tyre wear,
There's
fuel
boxed
load,
for the mediums. Go
all
behind
things
on the
like
medium
that.
tire.
So yeah, it's been a good race so far. I feel, you know, we haven't made contact with them with the car, we haven't put it in the barriers. So yeah, you know, positives. They are positives. I'll take positives. It'd be interesting if a bit of rain came down. I don't know how this car performs in the wet. I haven't actually driven it in the wet there, but it'd be interesting to see us in a wet Grand Prix. I think next time out is Monaco. Now I'm expecting to struggle around the Monaco circuit. We do come out ahead of Georgia today. Yes, we are back out in the 13 race. Yeah, I'm expecting to struggle around Monaco because the car is just not aerodynamic. Yeah, you know, I mean, we have a few aero upgrades on, but Monaco's a circuit that I feel pretty confident at. It's usually a circuit I'm alright with. So as long as we don't go making any silly mistakes, that could be another good race here. But I mean, if I'm throwing it into the wall in Australia and in the Dutch Grand Prix, then who knows what's going to happen around Monaco. But yeah, as I say, the car this weekend, it's felt a lot better to drive. Obviously, we still are a long way off the pace, but you know, the car feels quite nice to drive. It doesn't feel like predictable,
Gap
like
to
I
car
say.
in front is
I
4.3
am going to race Ricciardo here because it's not like I'm catching the car in front. Usually, say like if I was catching the car in front, I wouldn't race the car behind me, because then I'd hope like, you know, they can like tow me along or whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely not racing Magnussen in front of me unless we have a safety car or something. But yeah, a good start so far into this one. We still have, what's that, 8 laps to go in the Spanish Grand Prix. But Daniel Ricciardo here, he is going to pull to the inside of us here. Can we keep it around the outside there? We make a little bit of contact with them there. We're forced onto the curb. Just a little bit of wheel-to-wheel argy-bargy here. But apart from that, nothing too serious there. We can slam on the brake. See, look, the car's not like trying to like step out on us through the corners or anything. It just feels really stable. I can't lie. The car just feels, it's slow, but it's stable, and yeah, it's very smooth to drive. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more pace on this thing. I think when we start catching the AlphaTauris, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be very good when we start catching the AlphaTauri cars there. But yeah, an interesting start though. This one, as I say, we made a very good start, but this is kind of what I expected. You know, good starts and kind of hit a standstill, kind of, you know. But yeah, as I say, Monaco, I'm expecting us to have pretty good qualifying, because although the car's not too aerodynamic, I know where to gain some time from Monaco. You see, the thing is, it's such a short circuit, you don't really lose much here. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo back down our inside here. We're going to stick it around the outside of turn 1 and into turn 2. We are through on Daniel Ricciardo. Now through turn 3 there. Daniel Ricciardo then still behind us, so we're going to have Daniel Kvyat on the back of us as well. I think crucially we need to stay ahead of the AlphaTauris, because I think they're our closest rival, and if we can finish ahead of the AlphaTauris and both of us, you know, if the Williams cars and AlphaTauri cars don't score points by the end of the season, but we have a higher average finish, we will be ahead of the constructors' standard. Which, yeah, again, another morale boost for the team. But yeah, we just need to, I believe it's Monaco. I might be saying, oh yeah, all this about Monaco, but I think it's Monaco. To be fair, I thought it was Azerbaijan this time. Hey, it could be Azerbaijan first. Oh, I don't know. We'll just see how it comes. I know there's a Grand Prix next, that's all we've got to worry about, but at the minute all we have to worry about is this race. We've still got 6 laps of it remaining. This race has gone very fast, I must admit, it has gone very fast. I mean, we're 9 seconds now behind the Hasses there. Just look how Daniel Ricciardo gains on us on the straight here. He's about a second behind us at the start of it now, but now through turns 1 and 2, he's neck and neck with us here. Can we keep it around the outside here at turn 3 here? We're going to try. Daniel Ricciardo though, all over us. He's going to try and get through. We're going to stick it to the outside of turn 4 there. He doesn't fancy leaving us much space. And that's Ricciardo through then, and he will probably drive away unless we find some magical way to keep up with him here. We have got a DRS zone now. So we could, you know, try and get through. He has a big snap there in the Renault car. He obviously has scored points this season, has Daniel Ricciardo, so yeah, good for him so far. Nice start to the season. I think he was 8th in his home race down under in Australia. Obviously a race we didn't finish, but yeah, this Renault in front of us, obviously in real life, it's a podium scoring car. It's a podium scoring car there. You have a couple of podiums with Ricciardo. And then, yeah, as I start here, we've got our second track limits warning there, but we're through on Ricciardo. Through the final corner, that's a very nice move. But yeah, just look how we don't pull away from Ricciardo. Like, we've got full battery, full engine mode, DRS, and a clear track in front of us. He's got absolutely nothing, and he's still right behind us. Oh, Kvyat's behind us. Where does he come from? That's not good. That's the car we need to stay ahead of to get our prize money in this championship. We need to stay ahead of Kvyat here. No ifs or buts about it. We just need to stay ahead of Daniel Kvyat. To race in hard to the end of this race. It's like 5 laps to go. It'll be 4 after this one. I can't lie, the old layout of Spain was very odd. It was such a weird set of corners there. I like the new Spain layout, the new Barcelona layout, you know, where you use that piece of the track up there instead of this horrid little chicane. I don't know what this was. But yeah. Now I'm going to come out of this corner. We're probably going to get absolutely dropped by Daniel Kvyat here. I wouldn't be surprised here. We are going to try and defend it a little bit. And he's juked us. Fair enough there. We go one way, Kvyat goes the other, and he just sails past us and up into P13 here. Yeah, don't know if I'm going to be able to fight this one here. I'm in the dirty air now. Can't let the car turn in. And yeah, I mean, the AlphaTauri car is definitely a better car. It's the next car on paper. It's the next car up from us. So maybe we can try and gain a little bit back on the straight here, but I don't think we are. The battery is just not there. We definitely need to work on some power upgrades. I think that's going to be our next set of upgrades. We need to just leave the chassis and the aero side of things. The thing is, there's not really a good aspect on this car. You know, when we went to Alfa Romeo, although the car was second worst, the engine was really strong on it, so we could just focus on chassis and aero. Where everything on this car really needs upgrading. I mean, the engine's like middle of the pack, but you can just see it's not competitive. It's just not fast. Like the straight line speed on this car is just not great at all. So the thing is, we can't just focus on the engine, if that makes sense. We have to make sure we're constantly upgrading everything, and it is so difficult to keep on top of. When you're trying to upgrade the whole car all in one go, it is really tricky. But yeah, I mean, you can see our pace. Look at the mini-map. Look at that white dot. That's George Russell, our teammate. He is plumb last, and he is seconds behind Roman Grosjean there. That'll be P17 Roman Grosjean then. So yeah, Russell 18th then. That's where he finished last time out here. But if we could get a P14 result then, I'll take it. If we can get a P15 result, I'll take it. Because I can see these not going to end up passing us there. Oh, we got a big tank slapper on there. I'm too busy looking behind us. Through the corner there. But yeah, I mean, if we can get a nice place this race, like, you know, a nice 14th place or whatever. I think... Oh no! And we're through the gravel there. What on earth has just happened there? Has something broken on the car? We've dropped from 14th place now down to 17th. And wow, when I was saying about the car wasn't unpredictable, I have no idea what that was. We just got through the exit at the corner and all of a sudden the car darted right off the track there. Oh, and we are right down the order now in 17th. What is happening to us in these first 3 races of this season here? We've still got 2 laps to go, but I think it's going to be 2 very painful laps. I think Grosjean is just going to blitz it past us in the half. I don't think we stand a chance here. We're running low on fuel as well. Grosjean now, where is he? He's still right behind us there. And I can't switch my battery off. There we go. It wouldn't go off then for a second. But all of a sudden, the tyre wear kicks in. We were just saying about how I'd love to hold on to a P14. And all of a sudden, the hopes of a P14 place have dashed, just like we did across the gravel there. It's another off-roading skirmish for us in this series. What is happening? We need to get some tyre wear upgrades on. We need to get some power upgrades on. We need to get some aerodynamic upgrades on. This has been a total disaster of the season so far for us here. But regardless, we're going to push on, hoping not to recreate what happened last time out there. But I have no idea what happened. I just turned into the corner okay, and then all of a sudden the car just veered itself quite sharply off to the left there. I was really lucky, I think. We didn't spin the car around. But yeah, it goes to show how difficult this car is to drive, especially, you know, I'm really pushing it to try and stay ahead of people here. I think, you know, Russell's just going for more of like a management approach here. But talking of George Russell, I've just thought of a plan. What about if we try and hold up Roman Grosjean and try and get George Russell past? Yeah, we're going to try everything we can to hold up Roman Grosjean here. And we're going to try and see if we can get George Russell to overtake Roman Grosjean. This wouldn't, I mean, you know, it's only an extra position. It's only going to be 18th. But it's going to stop Russell from finishing last in this Grand Prix here. So we are going to hold up Roman Grosjean as much as we can here in this last few laps of this race here. Russell all of a sudden now closing right up onto the back of Roman Grosjean as Leclerc sets the final lap, sets the fastest lap, starting the final lap of this one here. But, you know, we're going to try and put Russell right on the back here of Roman Grosjean, and we're just going to see what happens on the final lap of this one here. I might have to sacrifice my race a little bit here. You know, obviously, I mean, we weren't catching Gasly or anything, but I might lose out on a lot of time doing this for Russell here. But we're just going to try and hold him up here. I'm running in lean revs the whole way through this last lap here as we try and hold Roman Grosjean up here. Only problem is, Grosjean is going to have DRS on us as well, so we've got to make sure we slipstream him, even if that means we send Russell past the pair of us here. But onto the final lap here, Grosjean there, we're going to defend him quite sharply there, but he just barges his way through. Well, that hasn't worked. Right, okay. We are now behind Roman Grosjean, and we are now 18th place. So, our little strategy, our little bit of fun with Roman Grosjean has not worked there. I mean, I think it's pretty much game over about trying to get him back as well. But yeah, another rough episode for us then. That could have been a good result. Charles Leclerc though set to fastest lap and wins the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a Ferrari 1-2, and then I think it's a Mercedes in third there. Yes, it is. Valtteri Bottas's winning streak then has been put to a close at Spain here. But, you know, I've done 2 races so far on my Road to Glory series at Spain. in F1 2019 and F1 2020, and both of them I've been overtaken on the final lap. I mean, the last one, you know, the 2019 one, was fully on me. I just spun the car around here, but Grosjean harvesting battery here. Can we go for a cheeky overtake? Up the inside there, he's going to turn in on us, so we're going to damage my car and Grosjean's car here. He's going to still leave us no room. Oh, Roman, that was a bit silly, I can't lie. He just fully turned in on us there. It's P18, and we've almost ran into the back of Grosjean after the race there as well. We tried everything we could today. Antonio Giovinazzi is your driver of the day. It's our first race finish of the season, and it's P18. So, you know, we'll take it. We'll go from here. But yeah, I mean,
a thrilling race and a
that was a
effort
much
by
better
Ferrari.
Grand Prix.
Let's see what
First of
effect
all, we
this result
finished,
has had on the driver's standing.
and we
This
finished
result
ahead of
narrows the
someone.
gap
It
between
was our
championship
teammate, bearing in
leader
mind.
and the rest of the standings.
But bearing in mind we were running in 14th pretty much for that entire race, that was a strong race from us there. Our claim goes up for quite a bit. Yeah. Unlucky with that last lap contact, I think, with Grosjean. Yeah, again, I think that was really optimistic from me, though. I think if I was a little bit further ahead, I could have got the move done. But, yeah, I mean, you saw the tyre wear at the end there. The car was just going to shake itself apart if we'd done anything else. But, guys, that has been the Spanish Grand Prix then. That's put a bit of a spring in my step. That has been a much better Grand Prix than the previous two here. Finally, we've finished a Grand Prix. It's only taken us 3 races. But, yeah, you know. We finish 18th, then Russell finishes 19th here. Still a lot of cars yet to score points. You know, the racing points haven't scored yet. The Alpha Tauris, the Hasses, Alfa Romeo only has 3 points to their name as well. So, yeah, I mean, you look at the standings though, and, well, for us down at Williams, it's been a pretty bare-barren run so far. We are last, Russell's 19th. So, yeah, a shocking start to the season, if I do say so myself. But, guys, that has been well, I was going to say that's been the Monaco Grand Prix. It certainly hasn't. That has been the Spanish Grand Prix. I hope you've all enjoyed watching that one. That race, I had a lot more fun. The car felt a lot more planted. So we're going to continue on from here, though. I'm locked in now on just getting like a bullet train. I've got tunnel vision almost. I can picture us sooner rather than later actually getting some very good results on the board there. But we finally finished the race, so I can't complain about that one. But guys, if you have enjoyed that one, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But guys, until the next one, take care. Thanks for watching. Cheers.